Good morning, everyone. This morning we are going to touch upon an educational subject. I mean, not ordinary, day to day, mundane type of education, but we are going to talk about our trust, an institute named Rose Mine Education Trust in Patna, Bihar. This trust was established by the guy named Awais Ember in 2005. This trust has become so famous in India for the education after 12 that most of the parents are actually yearning, most of the parents are desiring, and most of the people would like to send their kids to this trust after 12. This trust has been famous all over the world. And the government of India is also providing all kinds of support, all kinds of nitty-gritty support to Rose Mine Trust. What is the particularity? What is the specialty? What is the main ingredient, I would say, of this trust is, the main ingredient is that this trust actually allures the students from the lower strata of the society, underdog students, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, and all kinds of students who cannot afford education. Cannot afford education financially, but these students are very well motivated, they are turned on, they are willing to sacrifice every single ounce of their energy, every single pike of moment of their time in education. This kind of students are welcomed with both hands by the Rose Mine Institution or Rose Mine Education Trust. Education Trust is a trust. It provides free education, even free lodging and boarding to all the students. And the expenses are all footed, all met by the donors. Donors of Patna, donors of Bihar, and donors as far as from Canada and America who have first-hand experience about this, who have read and heard about the performance of the teachers, qualification of the faculty, and the background of those trustees who are actually applying this trust. Trust is not just a name like all other institutions in India, not just a name. Most of the institutions in India, they have very tall claims, tall names, and big titles after them. But if you peep inside the classroom, there is nothing but bleak ignorance, nothing but ignorance, nothing but laziness, nothing but the same kind of apathy and ignorance proliferates everywhere like every other institution in India. But this is different. Whatever they say, they achieve. Whatever they say, they impart. Whatever the commitments they have made, they always fulfill them. And especially for those students who are coming from the lower strata of the society, the children of those parents who are not that educated and who cannot actually cannot provide education to their kids, as in India, the worst commodity available is education, and the most expensive commodity available is also education. Parents have to pay huge amount of money, hefty amount of money through their nose, and to get absolutely limpy, absolutely snob type of, absolutely valueless, redundant education. I've chosen 4 points to elaborate. Point number 1 is Rose Mine Education Trust is heaven for underprivileged kids yearning for education. Underprivileged kids means those kids who are not the issues of doctors or engineers or judges or lawyers or industrialists. But these kids are actually hailing from the very lower strata families. Their parents are doing the labor work. They are all blue collar or fourth category workers. They cannot afford higher education for their kids. This Rosemine institution, Rosemine Trust, has been helping since 2005 to this kind of lower strata students who cannot actually go to any other big name, big league, big branded education institutions, but they actually end up enrolling in government schools where not their future or their life is improved, but on the contrary, in government schools everywhere from Kargil to Kanyakumari and the Sil to Silghat. Education is ruined. I mean, life and the future of students both are ruined by the lazy, snobby, and redundant, ill-educated teachers working as teacher in government schools. Point number 2. Kids discarded by everyone, embraced by the Rosemine. Those kids who are not actually taken by any other institution because they cannot pay the hefty fee of 50,000, 1 lakh and 50,000 per year. These kind of students are discarded by every single private pseudo school. Just the big name, but no big claim, no big performance, no big education. These kind of schools, this kind of institution discard these kids and they go to Rosemine, and Rosemine is going to embrace these kind of kids with open arms without any kind of question asked about fee, about lodging and the boarding expense, about uniform, about this expense and that expense, and about tours and traveling and about vacation fee and nothing. They don't ask them anything, just enroll them as long as they think that the kid has what it takes to get Rosemary's education. Point number 3, building lives from scratch. They are there to build other people's lives. They are there as a kingmakers, and not a king, but kingmakers. They actually build other people's life block by block, inch by inch, and eventually these kids are definitely raises to the astronomical level. They touch the apogee. They don't have any kind of problem about getting education over there. They don't have any kind of problem about their fees or any other expenses upon parents.